Yo, what's good, Internet? It's your girl Cassie, and you already know when the rap gods start moving, the whole culture starts shaking. Tonight's story? It's wild. We're talking about the moment that might just mark the end of an era. The question on every fan's lips right now: has King Kendrick finally knocked Champagne Papi off his throne? Is Drake's reign in hip-hop officially over? Now listen, this ain't just about bars or Billboard charts anymore. This right here feels personal. The internet been in flames all week after that surprise freestyle Kendrick dropped at midnight. You know the one, no promo, no warning, just pure lyrical venom. And within hours, fans were calling it the lyrical funeral of Drake. I'm talking memes, reaction vids, even industry insiders whispering, it's done. The Six Gods crown just got snatched. But hold up, it's deeper than music. Sources say Drake ain't taking it lightly. Rumor has it, he's been in the studio nonstop, calling out old friends, digging up dirt, and even pulling his OVO fam close for what insiders are calling a counterattack of the decade. Meanwhile, Kendrick's camp, quiet, too quiet. That eerie, confident kind of silence that makes you nervous. And fans are divided like never before. Some saying it's about time someone humbled Drake, while others are defending their king, claiming Kendrick's clout chasing for headlines. But with ghostwriting accusations, hidden DMs, and an alleged leak of unreleased tracks circling Reddit right now, this might not just be rap beef. This might be war, so grab your popcorn, 'cause tonight, we're diving deep into why the internet says Drake's reign might really finally be over. It all started on a random Thursday night. Social media was quiet, the industry calm, until suddenly a 3-minute freestyle dropped out of nowhere. The title, Crown Theory. No artwork, no promo, just Kendrick Lamar's voice sliding through speakers with the kind of tone that makes you freeze mid-scroll. Fans didn't even realize it was real at first. They thought it was AI or a leak, or maybe a parody. But nah, this was the real thing. Kendrick was back, and this time, he sounded like a man on a mission. The first verse hit like a hammer. Some kings wear chains, others wear truth. Kendrick rapped, his voice sharp, deliberate. Some build kingdoms, some build illusions. The internet instantly caught on. That wasn't a random bar. That was a shot. And everyone knew who it was aimed at. Drake, the Sixth God. The man who's been running charts for over a decade. By the time the second verse hit, Twitter had exploded. Kendrick really said it with his chest. One fan tweeted, "He ain't subliminal anymore." Another post read, "Drake better start typing on that Notes app apology now." Memes flooded the timeline. TikTok edits went viral, and within an hour, Crown Theory hit #1 on every streaming platform. But what people didn't know, what was really brewing behind the scenes, was that this wasn't some spontaneous drop. This was planned. Months in the making. Sources close to Kendrick's camp revealed that the rapper had been quietly watching Drake's every move since the Her Loss era. Apparently, Kendrick felt that the culture had become too glossy, too curated, too safe. He wanted to shake things up. One insider said, Kendrick been saying for months, somebody gotta restore balance. The game too soft right now. And when he heard certain lyrics from Drake's last project, lines that fans thought were playful jabs, Kendrick took them personally. In one leaked studio snippet, Kendrick can be heard telling his engineer, they forgot what rap means. It's not about who smiles more, it's about who bleeds more. And that right there became the foundation of Crown Theory. But Drake's camp wasn't quiet for long. Within 12 hours, OVO's Instagram story posted a cryptic message. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Fans instantly started decoding it. Was Drake preparing a response? Was this his way of saying he's still king? Within hours, more drama hit the net. A Toronto-based producer tweeted, "Drake, in the studio right now. Any? Mad?" Another source confirmed that the OVO compound in Los Angeles was on lockdown mode. Only select producers were allowed in, and everyone had to sign NDAs. Meanwhile, the public was eating it up. Live spaces on Twitter had thousands tuning in, dissecting every lyric, every bar, every hidden reference. Some claimed Kendrick's verse about puppets with platinum chains was a dig at Drake's label practices. Others thought the line about gods made of gold paint was referencing Drake's brand of self-image. But the most talked about moment came when Kendrick said, "If I'm the storm, he's the drizzle." That one line lit the internet on fire. It became the tagline of the week. Fans printed it on shirts. Influencers used it as captions. And even other rappers started weighing in. J. Cole tweeted an hour later, "This game always needed a little thunder." People didn't know if Cole was choosing sides or just enjoying the chaos. But the fact that he even acknowledged it made things way bigger. By the next day, things had gone from lyrical to personal. A voice note allegedly leaked from a group chat that included a few of Drake's close collaborators. In it, one person can be heard saying Kendrick ain't even on Drake's radar. Man's chasing ghosts, but fans weren't buying it. They knew Drake too well. The man's competitive. He might laugh it off in public, but behind closed doors, he's plotting. Always plotting. Then. Late that night, an anonymous source claimed to have seen Drake leaving his studio in Law at 3 a.m., visibly frustrated. He wasn't smiling, the source said. His team looked stressed. You could feel the tension. And the craziest part, about 30 minutes later, a mysterious snippet surfaced online. 30 seconds of what sounded like a Drake diss track. The beat was dark, the flow aggressive, and one particular line made everyone's jaw drop. "You talk truth, but you hide from the proof." No one could confirm if it was real. But that didn't stop fans from speculating. Half of Twitter was convinced the snippet was AI generated, while the other half swore it came straight from Drake's studio. And the debate got even more chaotic when Kendrick's cousin, Baby Keem, liked a post that said, "Real kings don't need auto-tune." Coincidence? Maybe, but the internet doesn't believe in coincidences anymore. Meanwhile, Drake's inner circle started closing ranks. Insiders said OVO was locking down social media activity, monitoring leaks, and preparing for what one team member called the biggest comeback moment in modern rap. And yet, even with all that preparation, there were whispers that not everyone inside OVO agreed on how to handle it. One camp wanted Drake to respond immediately, drop a diss track, and remind the world why he's the king. The other camp urged patience, to wait, to observe, to strategize. "Don't play his game," one associate allegedly told Drake. "Make him play yours." While that internal debate raged, Kendrick seemed unbothered. He was seen out in Compton 2 days later, laughing with fans, taking pictures, calm as ever. No tension, no panic. And that image, that cool, collected energy, drove Drake's fans crazy. Because if there's one thing Drake knows how to do, it's control perception. But this time, Kendrick had flipped the script. And just when things seemed like they might cool down, a journalist dropped a bombshell. She posted screenshots from what she claimed were Drake's old messages to a top West Coast producer, messages where Drake allegedly called Kendrick overrated and too conscious for his own good. Within minutes, the screenshots went viral. Drake's team denied it, saying the messages were fake. But the damage was done. Fans began questioning everything. Did Drake secretly resent Kendrick all these years? Were the friendly smiles at award shows just an act? And if so, what else were they hiding? Industry insiders started whispering that this feud had been brewing quietly since 2013. When Kendrick dropped his legendary Control verse, calling out all his peers, including Drake. Back then, Drake brushed it off with humor, calling it competitive energy. But behind the scenes, resentment might have been simmering for a decade. By Sunday, this wasn't just rap beef anymore. It had become a full-blown cultural moment. Fans were making timelines, dissecting interviews from years ago, pointing out small comments and passive-aggressive moments between the two. And through it all, both rappers stayed silent. No Instagram lives, no tweets, no statements, just silence. But that silence, that's what made everyone nervous. Because if you know hip-hop history, silence always means strategy. And both of these men are chess players. They don't move until the move hurts. And that's when the leaks started getting darker. Twitter accounts began dropping claims that someone in Drake's circle was planning to expose Kendrick's personal life. Nobody knew if it was real or cap, but one anonymous tweet went viral. Drake about to drop something that'll make everyone see Kendrick differently. Fans were bracing themselves. The game had shifted. And as Sunday turned into Monday, the culture was on the edge of its seat, waiting to see who would strike next. And that's exactly where the real chaos began. Monday morning hit different. Every blog, every fan page, every Twitter thread had one headline spinning: Drake preparing to end Kendrick's career. That's all it took. One rumor, one whisper, and suddenly the entire internet went feral. But the crazy part, no one really knew what Drake had up his sleeve. Was it a song? A statement? A scandal? Nobody knew. Still, the suspense alone had everybody losing their minds. Then. Around noon, a private audio clip started circulating on Reddit and Discord servers. The clip was short, maybe 15 seconds, but it was enough. You could hear Drake's voice, low and controlled, saying, "If you can't call yourself a king, if your own city still questions your throne." That was it. Number beat, no hook, just a message. But fans went wild. They started calling it the calm before the crown. People said it sounded like a diss. Others said it was just a teaser. Within hours, the clip hit every major hip-hop blog. And fans were split down the middle. Some said Drake was about to destroy Kendrick lyrically. Others thought it was just bait, that Drake wanted Kendrick to react first, to make the first real mistake. And then, as if on cue, an anonymous Instagram account posted a blurred-out photo of what looked like a diss track folder on a MacBook screen. The title read, "Order Restored." Everyone knew whose laptop that was: Drake's producer, 40. That's when fans lost it. Thousands flooded the comments, begging Drake to drop it. "Stop teasing us," one wrote. "It's time for the king to talk." But right when the internet thought Drake had full control of the narrative, Kendrick flipped the table again. He didn't post anything, not a word, not a tweet, but one of his producers, Soundwave, randomly shared a picture of a chessboard with a single caption: "Check." That one word broke the internet. Hip-hop pages started calling it the most silent diss in history. Kendrick hadn't spoken, but somehow he was winning. And then came the twist no one saw coming. A Toronto gossip page dropped a bombshell. They claimed that Drake's former bodyguard, someone who had been with him since the Views era, was working on a tell-all interview with a major podcast. The title: Behind the Six, the description allegedly teased stories about loyalty, betrayal, and the price of fame. People immediately started speculating, what if the interview revealed something that could hurt Drake's image right when he needed to look untouchable? Kendrick's fans ran with it. "Karma's real," one tweet said. "You can't fake being humble forever." Drake's fans clapped back just as hard. "Bodyguards talk when checks stop clearing." One OVO loyalist replied. And just like that, the internet turned into a digital battlefield. Stan wars everywhere. TikTok edits comparing lyrics, fan theories about subliminals. YouTube reactors screaming into mics. The culture was alive and messy, but deep inside OVO headquarters, things weren't as controlled as they looked online. Sources say Drake's team was divided. One group, led by his manager, Oliver, wanted to move fast, drop Order Restored, and end the conversation before Kendrick gained more traction. Another group urged restraint. They worried that Kendrick's quiet confidence meant he was sitting on something bigger. Don't play checkers with a chess player, one insider supposedly warned. Meanwhile, Drake himself wasn't resting. Insiders claimed he was working around the clock, barely sleeping, obsessing over every bar, every beat, every angle. One engineer said he wants this to be his ether. Like, he's not just responding, he's rewriting the game. The plan was to make the track not just about Kendrick, but about everyone who ever doubted Drake's pen. The goal was domination, not defense. But then something unexpected happened. Kendrick's cousin, Baby Keem, posted a mysterious snippet on his story, an unreleased verse where Kendrick's voice could be heard saying, "They trying to shake a throne they never built." The snippet disappeared within minutes, but it was too late. Fans screen recorded it instantly. That one line reignited everything. Some thought it was part of a full diss track ready to drop. Others believed Kendrick was playing mind games, dropping hints just to mess with Drake's timing. And just as everyone was arguing about that, a new rumor dropped. A verified entertainment journalist tweeted, "Hearing Kendrick has a video coming. Major Hollywood collab. Not just a song, a statement." The tweet got deleted minutes later, but not before it was screenshotted by every gossip page. By Tuesday morning, Kendrick and Drake were trending globally. Fans called it the new Pac versus Biggie. People who never even cared about rap were picking sides. Couples were arguing about it. Podcasts were dedicating full episodes to decoding bars. And in the middle of it all, Drake finally made a move at exactly 8 p.m. Eastern. OVO's official YouTube channel went live. No promo, no warning, just a black screen and a simple title, "Order restored the response." In less than 2 minutes, over 300,000 people joined the live stream. Comments flew faster than anyone could read. "This about to be history," one said. "Rip Kendrick," another wrote. Then the beat dropped. Slow, haunting, cinematic. Drake's voice came in calm but cold. "They said I lost my crown. I just adjusted the weight." From there, he went off, bar after bar, dissecting everything from Kendrick's album sales to his reclusive lifestyle. He even threw a line that made everyone gasp. "You disappeared for 5 years. Now, you want to preach? I made more hits in your silence than you ever could in speech." Fans were screaming. Reactions went instant viral. But the most brutal moment came near the end. Drake said, "King. That's funny. Last I checked, kings don't need cosigns from Keem." That one line sends social media into meltdown. OVO fans celebrated. Drake back in blood, they chanted across comment sections. It seemed like he'd done it, reclaimed his crown, silenced the whispers. But then, less than an hour later, something unexpected happened. Kendrick's verified Instagram posted a single black image with the caption, "Midnight." No emojis, no explanations, just that. The internet froze. Every fan knew what that meant. Kendrick was about to respond. Memes started flying instantly. One post read, "Drake finally poked the bear." Another said, "Midnight gonna decide the decade." Everyone stayed awake, refreshing Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, waiting. And at exactly 12:01 a.m., a song dropped. No warning, no artwork, just a red screen with white letters. "Reign over." The track was nuclear. Kendrick came in quiet, almost whispering, "You made hits, I made history." And from there, it was pure fire. He called out Drake's past controversies, his ghostwriting accusations, even hinted at personal matters no one expected to hear. Fans went silent as they listened. It wasn't just bars. It was personal, surgical. He rapped, "You're addicted to validation, not creation. Every crown you wear comes with imitation." Within an hour, Reign Over was everywhere. Twitter declared it a classic. Some called it the best diss track since Takeover. Even neutral fans said Kendrick had just reminded everyone what rap was supposed to feel like. And then, just when the beat faded, he dropped one final dagger. "The throne's not for rent." The internet exploded. OVO fans tried to fight back, saying Drake's response was more commercial, more polished. But even some of them admitted Kendrick's lyrics hit different. Reactions poured in from all corners. Celebrities, rappers, critics. Shaw tweeted, "Art always wins." Lil Baby posted a thinking emoji. Even Pusha T reposted a clip from Kendrick's verse with the caption, "Energy." And as the dust settled, a new narrative started forming. People began saying Drake might have actually taken an L this time. Not because his song was bad, it was technically flawless, but because Kendrick's delivery had something deeper. Something raw. It wasn't about charts anymore. It was about soul. And behind the scenes, things were getting even messier. Insiders from both camps started whispering that Drake felt betrayed not just by Kendrick, but by certain industry friends who went silent instead of defending him. One source said Drake expected calls. Some people didn't call. That silence hit harder than the bars. And while everyone online argued about who won, both rappers had already made their next move. One nobody saw coming. And while everyone online argued about who won, both rappers had already made their next move. One nobody saw coming. By Wednesday morning, whispers of a secret meeting began circulating. According to sources, Kendrick and Drake's teams quietly booked the same studio in Los Angeles under different aliases. No cameras, no social media, just closed doors. Insiders claimed the atmosphere was tense, like two generals facing off before a battle. One engineer reportedly said you could cut the tension with a knife. Nobody was smiling. But the drama didn't stay behind closed doors for long. Fans started noticing subtle hints on social media. Drake posted a photo of a chess piece, slightly out of focus, captioned "Moves." Kendrick followed a few hours later with a video of a stormy sky and the single word "strategize." The internet went wild. Every post was dissected, every emoji analyzed. Theories popped up faster than anyone could track. Were they secretly collaborating, planning a public showdown, or about to escalate this feud to a level nobody had ever seen? While the speculation raged, the tension inside the studio reportedly boiled over. Sources say Drake and Kendrick briefly faced each other in person. No cameras, just eyes locked. One insider described it as a mix of respect and rivalry, like they were measuring each other's aura. Apparently, Kendrick smirked at one point, and Drake's expression shifted from calm to something sharper. Emotions ran high. Then the unexpected happened. According to multiple leaks, a heated argument broke out. Drake allegedly accused Kendrick of trying to rewrite history and of playing the fans for clicks. Kendrick fired back, saying, "I'm not playing. I'm showing what real kingship looks like. You've been comfortable too long." One source claimed that the argument got so intense that producers had to step in to separate them. The family, meaning their closest collaborators, was left divided. Some tried to mediate, while others openly took sides. Outside the studio, fans and media were losing it. TikTok compilations of the feud, reaction videos, and who won this round. Polls were everywhere. Even mainstream outlets started covering the story like breaking news. Fans felt like they were living in a reality TV episode, complete with cliffhangers, betrayals, and unexpected twists. Amid all this, a shocking twist emerged. An anonymous insider leaked an old DM conversation allegedly from Drake to a previous collaborator, where Drake expressed frustration with Kendrick years ago. Lines like "he's too perfect, too untouchable, and sometimes I feel invisible next to him" made rounds online. Some fans interpreted this as vulnerability. Others saw it as proof that Drake had been stewing silently for years, waiting for the right moment to strike. The leak fueled the fire even more. Kendrick's single quotes S team responded subtly. Baby Keem dropped another cryptic story. This one was a video montage of Kendrick performing live, with the overlaid text, "Real kings don't chase, they rise." The clip was short but powerful. It was enough to spark a wave of memes, tweets, and fan theories. The culture felt like it was teetering on the edge of a major eruption. Then came the first major public move that combined both drama and spectacle. Kendrick announced a surprise pop-up concert in Compton. No promo, no tickets sold online, only a select number of fans were notified. But what shocked everyone wasn't just the concert, it was who showed up. Drake reportedly made a surprise appearance in the audience, unannounced. Fans who were lucky enough to attend said the tension in the room was palpable. When Drake walked in, Kendrick paused, mid-performance, stared at him for a beat, and then continued. Emotions ran high. Some say there was a silent handshake. Others claimed it was a cold stare that lasted minutes. Video snippets from the event went viral instantly. One clip showed Drake mouthing the words respect while Kendrick performed his bars. Another clip, however, showed Kendrick's fans reacting defensively, whispering, "Don't trust him." The room was split, the family was divided, and the internet could only imagine what had happened in those silent moments after the concert. Things took an even more dramatic turn. An industry insider claimed that Drake had a private meeting with Kendrick after the show. The source described it as the calm before the next storm. Supposedly, they discussed a potential collaboration, a move nobody expected given the intensity of the feud. Some analysts speculated this was a strategic play by Kendrick to dominate headlines while keeping Drake in check. Others thought Drake was trying to regain leverage, using collaboration as a way to maintain relevance. Meanwhile, online fans went into full speculation mode. TikTok and YouTube were flooded with reaction videos, edited clips, imagining arguments, memes of king versus king, and fan theories that bordered on conspiracy. One viral clip showed a split screen of Drake's order-restored performance and Kendrick's reign over visuals. Captioned, "The battle continues. Who really rules?" The comment sections exploded with fans debating every possible outcome. Then, out of nowhere, a shocking accusation surfaced. A former OVO insider claimed that someone in Drake's camp had allegedly leaked a verse from Kendrick's next album to stir public attention. The leak included lines that some interpreted as subtle shots at Drake's personal life. The accusation caused a temporary media frenzy. Some fans accused Drake of dirty tactics. Others dismissed it as fake news. The family within both camps was reportedly left divided. Some defended loyalty. Others whispered about betrayal. The plot thickened further when Kendrick's management hinted at a larger media strategy. They teased an announcement that would change everything but gave no details. Speculation went wild. Some fans believed it would be a diss track series. Others thought it might involve a music video with explosive visuals hinting at Drake's empire. Online betting pools even started estimating which artist would drop a track first by Thursday. The narrative had shifted yet again. Insiders revealed that Drake was feeling the pressure. Apparently, his creative team was exhausted. Some producers rumored to be considering leaving, and he had spent long nights obsessing over social media reactions. At the same time, Kendrick's camp was calm, almost eerily confident. One insider said Kendrick's team knows the storm is coming, and they're ready to watch the world react. The most dramatic twist came when Kendrick's alleged next single, called Silent Crown by leaks, appeared on a streaming platform by mistake. It was removed within minutes, but fans managed to save snippets. In those 30 seconds, Kendrick's lyrics were direct, cutting, and emotionally charged. Lines about loyalty, ambition, and public perception set the internet ablaze. Fans immediately dubbed it the ultimate rebuttal, claiming it cemented Kendrick's dominance. And just when the internet thought it couldn't get any crazier, a late-night paparazzi shot surfaced showing Drake leaving Kendrick's studio smiling. Some fans interpreted it as a sign of peace, others as part of a strategic game. Memes exploded. People argued about motives. The drama had evolved from lyrical sparring to psychological warfare through all of this. One thing became clear. This wasn't just about music anymore. It was about perception, influence, and legacy. The entire culture was watching, waiting, and reacting. Fans had divided loyalties. Industry insiders were whispering secrets. And both rappers were playing a high-stakes game that no one could fully predict. As the week came to a close, the internet was buzzing with a single question. Who would strike next, and in what way? Drake had his polished commercial response. Kendrick had his raw, unfiltered power. The lines between reality, rumor, and strategy had blurred so much that no one could say for certain who was winning. And somewhere, behind closed doors, both rappers were already planning their next move. One thing was certain, the reign over the rap world was far from settled. Everything was already spiraling out of control. After the leaked snippet of Kendrick's Silent Crown and Drake's secret studio visit, fans were desperate for any clue of what was coming next. Speculation ran wild across Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and even Reddit. One fan tweeted, "This isn't music. This is a war of minds." Another commented, "I feel like we're witnessing history, but I also feel like my heart can't handle it." The emotions online were electric. Chaotic and relentless. Drake, on his end, was reportedly feeling the pressure. Insiders revealed that he had spent sleepless nights analyzing every Kendrick move, scrolling through fan reactions, obsessively checking streaming numbers, and consulting with a small circle of trusted advisors. One producer said, "He's not just making music, he's strategizing like a general. Every beat, every bar, every lyric is calculated." But even with all the planning, Kendrick's quiet confidence was clearly unnerving him. Kendrick, meanwhile, was operating in full silence. He hadn't posted anything on social media in hours, but sources say he was recording late into the night, meticulously crafting the next phase of his response. His camp was tight-lipped, refusing to confirm anything to the press, which only fueled rumors. One insider claimed he knows the internet will overreact. That's exactly the power play. The internet sensed it, and speculation hit a fever pitch. Then came the bombshell. A major entertainment outlet reported that a joint statement from both artist teams was being prepared. The statement supposedly hinted at a collaborative project, but the wording was cryptic. Fans immediately exploded with theories. Some thought it meant a truce, some thought it was a setup for a double D's, and others were convinced it was a publicity stunt meant to distract from real-life drama. Comments were flooded with gifs of chess pieces, crowns, and fire emojis. The narrative shifted dramatically the moment paparazzi caught Drake leaving a private studio late at night. He looked calm, composed, almost unreadable. Photographers swarmed, but he didn't speak. Fans interpreted his silence in multiple ways. Was it confidence, fear, or respect for Kendrick? Social media blew up instantly. Memes appeared, videos were edited, and Twitter threads exploded into hundreds of thousands of replies. The drama wasn't just online, it had spilled into real life, into people's daily conversations. Then, just when everyone thought the tension couldn't escalate, Kendrick dropped another teaser. A 15-second clip leaked from his camp, showing him in a dimly lit room, eyes intense, a microphone in front of him. Overlaid text read, "The throne watches, even when silent." The clip was shared and reposted thousands of times within minutes. Fans reacted with awe, claiming Kendrick was playing a psychological game that Drake couldn't match. Emotions ran high. Many said it was the most savage move of the week. Drake responded quietly at first, with subtle posts, a studio photo with a single caption, "Calculations." Then, hours later, he posted a short, nearly cryptic video showing stacks of vinyl, a chessboard, and his reflection in a dark window. Fans immediately interpreted it as a direct reply to Kendrick's Silent Crown clip. Discussions erupted about the meaning. Was it humility? Dominance? Or a hint at his next lyrical strike? The ambiguity was perfect for stirring chaos online, and the drama wasn't limited to music. Insiders hinted that tension had leaked into the personal lives of both camps. Reports suggested disagreements between Drake and some longtime collaborators who questioned his decisions. On Kendrick's side, certain team members reportedly wanted a more aggressive public approach, while others advocated patience and strategy. The family was divided, trust was tested, and rumors of secret alliances swirled. By Friday, anticipation reached fever pitch. Fans created countdowns, live reaction threads, and meme compilations predicting the next move. Will the throne fall? One Twitter thread asked. Or will it rise higher than ever? Another added. Even casual listeners who didn't usually follow rap were hooked. The feud had transcended music. It was now culture, spectacle, and obsession rolled into one, Then came the ultimate twist. According to multiple insiders, Drake and Kendrick were secretly in talks for a dual release, a project that would feature both artists on separate tracks, yet frame a narrative that mirrored their rivalry. The leak said it would be called Kingdoms. And the concept was revolutionary. Each song would address legacy, respect, and dominance, giving fans a cinematic experience of the feud. The rumor alone sent the internet into overdrive. Streaming platforms, gossip pages, and fan accounts exploded with speculation and hype. Fans tried to piece together what would happen next. Some believed Drake's polished delivery would dominate the charts, while Kendrick's raw, emotionally charged lyrics would earn critical acclaim. Debates raged endlessly online. Reaction videos flooded YouTube, live streams on Twitch dissected every bar from previous tracks, and podcasts devoted hours to analyzing every hint and cryptic post. It was like the entire culture had paused to watch this duel unfold. Then, in a move that shocked everyone, Kendrick's camp released a public teaser, confirming that Kingdoms would drop the following week. The clip was cinematic, showing both artists in separate rooms, lit dramatically, with visual motifs of crowns, fire, and shadows. The final shot implied confrontation, but also hinted at collaboration. The reactions were instantaneous. Fans screamed, cried, and speculated about every detail. Social media was pure chaos. Drake, not to be outdone, responded with a final teaser of his own, a black and white clip of him walking through a darkened cityscape. Voiceover saying every king faces the storm, but only one controls it. The juxtaposition of visuals and voice created massive buzz. Commentators said it was the perfect counterpoint to Kendrick's teaser, keeping the suspense alive and driving fan engagement through the roof by the end of the week. It was clear that this feud had become legendary. Fans on both sides were emotionally invested. Industry insiders were whispering about historic implications, and social media algorithms were working overtime to keep every moment trending. Memes, reaction videos, and speculative theories dominated feeds everywhere. Every post was dissected, every lyric analyzed, and every move turned into a viral event. And just when it seemed the saga couldn't get any bigger, a final surprise awaited. Insiders revealed that Kingdoms would include a hidden track where Drake and Kendrick shared the same verse, a direct collaboration that would force fans to confront their loyalty, debate their favorites, and witness a moment in hip-hop history unlike anything before. The reveal created another wave of excitement, tension, and speculation that would carry through the following week. As the story reached this climax, one thing was undeniable: the internet fans and the hip-hop world were fully captivated. Emotions ran high, the family was divided, loyalties were tested, and the battle for the crown had transformed into something much larger than a simple feud. It was about legacy, influence, and who would ultimately define the next era of rap. The drama wasn't over. In fact, it had only just reached its most intense chapter yet. Every move, every lyric, every social media post was a calculated step in a high-stakes game that neither Drake nor Kendrick could afford to lose. Fans waited with bated breath, knowing that the next week would bring either reconciliation, domination, or the most shocking twist of all. And that was exactly what kept the world glued to their screens. So here we are, at the edge of one of the wildest weeks in hip-hop history. The tension between Drake and Kendrick has taken us on a roller coaster of leaked tracks, surprise appearances, cryptic posts, and behind-the-scenes drama that feels straight out of a reality TV show. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided at every turn. The throne is no longer just a symbol, it's a battle, a statement, and a cultural moment that none of us can ignore. The question now isn't just who will reign supreme, it's what comes next. Will Kingdoms live up to the hype? Will Drake find a way to reclaim his dominance? Or has Kendrick truly claimed the crown for this generation? And beyond the music, how will the fans react when the hidden tracks drop and the collaborations reveal the real story behind this intense saga? The answers aren't clear yet, and that's exactly why the internet can't stop buzzing. And here's where you come in. We want to know your take. Who do you think is really holding the crown right now? Do you side with Drake, or is Kendrick the undisputed king? Drop your thoughts in the comments because the conversation is just as much a part of this drama as the music itself. Smash that like button if you're living for every twist and turn. Subscribe to stay updated on every new development. And turn on the notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping update. Trust me, this story is far from over, and you'll want to be here for every shocking moment. The throne is up for grabs. The internet is watching, and the next chapter could change everything. So, what's your move? Who really rules the rap world right now? Tell us below and let the debate begin.